deletes your ball.
Start with Dan.
Afternoon, Michael. A great way to end the season. How are you feeling after that, and especially after the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, as you'd imagine, really delighted. Absolutely delighted in so many ways with today, and particularly over the last 2 or 3 weeks when positions kind of cemented. We know where we're at in the league, and it's easy to drift and lose a bit of momentum, lose a bit of focus, and we kind of have treated it as it's all one season going into the next one. Really, it's not ended here. I think we wanted to keep building and keep pushing, and credit to the players. It's not easy that sometimes to do it as much as we'd expected and hoped for it. I've been there, and it's to find that spark. But the hunger was there. You could see it, and it was probably the toughest team to play that type of game in the heat, the way they move the ball. So it needed a really strong mentality, which I was absolutely delighted with, because that's the foundation we need to show and have to give us the confidence to move forward.
Talk about moving forward, and I guess the first time we've spoken to him since the contract extension. How much are you looking forward to doing that at this club?
Yeah, I am. I genuinely, it hasn't changed how delighted I'm here for longer, and we need to keep progressing. But in terms of, it hasn't been a big moment this week for us. We just keep pushing, keep working. I think we have done since the start. I've said it to you all along, really, and there's work to do. We've got to keep improving. We want to be a little bit better, but it's so encouraging for doing it from this place, you know, and sharing that moment with the supporters again at the end, I think is important for us, because that's why we're here. That's why it drives us on, and getting younger players on the pitch and giving them opportunities is what we are at this club. So there was so many positives today, and we can take that moving forward.
Simon.
Michael, over the last few weeks you've said a few times that it feels kind of natural almost for you being in the job and being at Carrington. There's been plenty of times that it's looked like an impossible job managing Manchester United. Why do you feel so comfortable in those surroundings? And although it doesn't guarantee anything, do you think it helps that you know the club, you understand what makes the sports team?
I think it helps that I've been here for a long time, and I've seen different levels of success, some ups and some downs. So I've seen it from all angles, really. I don't take that for granted, and I don't think that just makes the job easier. And when I say it feels natural, I don't take that for granted. I think it's trying to make the best of the situation, really. But I love doing it, you know, and I love doing it, and I think we've got a good idea how we want to move forward, and we've done some good work so far as a whole club and as a group. So a lot of it is kind of what I know, all I know. So I just keep trying to draw on those experiences and trying to shape it how we think and how we want it to look, really.
All right.
Are you aware of the stats about your managerial tenure here? 39 points from games at the end of the season, which would be enough for 87 points, I think, stretch over the campaign. I know it's not as straightforward as that, but when you have that sort of bank of work, is that something that projects into next season, particularly given the fluctuations at other rivals?
I think the biggest thing you can take from that is the confidence and the belief that putting results together in this league's tough, you know, and a run is challenging. So I think that's the biggest thing. Obviously, it's a whole new start in many ways, but you've still got to draw on talking about experiences of being here in the past and what it's like. I think you always draw on them experiences and take the positives. And the boys have to. I think they need a lot of credit as well as a group for how consistent they've been in different ways we've won games and how strong they are knitted. I think that's really important for us to appreciate, you know, and that's what gives me the encouragement and excitement moving forward, that we've got a real strong foundation now to try and build on.
I know it's the end of the season, but that's obviously your first game in permanent charge and your biggest win as well. The club had some pretty bad days here in previous years. Do you feel like that could be seen as you and the team laying down the mark next season?
We generally didn't treat it like that. It really hasn't changed I half forgot that it was the first game since I've been announced. Really, someone asked me about it before the game because we were just carrying on as normal. I just think it gives us confidence, really, and it gives the team confidence as much as anything. And whether that has an effect on others, I don't know. But I think it's for us to draw upon when we get together pre-season. The boys come back from the World Cup, knowing that we can trust each other, we can work together, we can give a bit extra for each other. And when you go through that, I think it's quite powerful, and we spoke about that as a group. So again, it's a place to start from now moving forward, but it's nice to be able to draw on that, all them emotions, to give us that confidence.
Chris?
Fantastic for Bruno. He's got the record out right now. There's a lot of talk over his future at the club last summer. That's well documented now. Like, there could be more talk this summer. I mean, how confident are you now as head coach that he will be with the next season, and of all the business that you'll do this summer, how important will keeping be?
Yeah, I mean, he's such an influence for us, you know, and he's been the captain and led by example in different ways. So yeah, I've got no reason to think otherwise. You know, we've loved what he's done, and he loves being here. I think you can see that. He wanted to stay on. He wants to stay on every single game because he's enjoying his football, which is fantastic.
Last question, Peter.
Hi, Michael. Some of the best players on the pitch today were the younger lads, Kobbie, Patrick, Amad, all brilliant, 21, 23, I think. Does that show you what's achievable over the next couple of years? That although Casemiro's gone, today was just as good a performance. There was a real young nucleus there that could do something special over the next couple of years.
Yeah, it gives us confidence, you know, without getting carried away and taking anything for granted. We've had a good spell, but I do think, again, experience, keep repeating myself, but I think especially for the younger players, if you can't put a price on what a season or two in this league and playing for Manchester United, dealing with that and learning and understanding what it feels like to then perform, really. And the boys have shown that. I think Patrick especially, it was a massive setback for him, you know, at the time when he got injured, but the way he's just got on with it, I think it's incredible to think he's so young still, you know, and to come back like he did today is great. I have to say, I thought Mason in particular as well, come and play in midfield. I thought, and I was delighted for him. I thought he did ever so well, and Kobbie's just keeps improving all the time.
All right, thanks everyone.
All right, guys. Cheers. Hey, have a nice summer, huh?
Have a good summer.
Can't wait to see you again.